South Africa is known as a water-scarce country, and it is also known as a food-secure country. You know, in terms of we produce so many calories, and yet there are so many people who have to deal with so much poverty. So my study actually tries to address those issues, the issues of water scarcity, which is to a great extent linked to the issue of climate variability and change. So my study is basically on that, on climate change, how climate change is impacting on the availability and the access and the utilization of food in the rural community of Ngqusha local municipality in the Eastern Cape. I would say my supervisor, a person whom I started working with at the master's level, Professor Werner Nel, is one of the people who inspired me as a climate scientist. But for me, I've linked both climate change with food security. Wow, yeah, GreenMatter. I mean, since my early days, academic days, I've always heard about GreenMatter and what it stands for. Trying to make sure that there is no loss of biodiversity, and trying to organizing as many of the professionals as possible to deal with the problems from ecology, climate change, and other related issues. While I'm listening to people talk about their different research studies, I find it quite fascinating how interconnected everything is. It's interesting, I always say, the issue of climate change is like you have this little sieve, and then you're trying to pour as much into it, like a large 2 ton of sand into a small sieve, and then you still need more of those sieves to be able to filter out all the impurities, and then to so the aspect of having so many people as mentors and the growth that we see. I want to be a leader, mobilizing the political will as well as the corporate will in addressing issues of sustainability and sustainable development. For future generations to have the opportunity to have good food, to live in a better climate, to enjoy the benefits of having been children of this generation. Working with the university, because at the university we have this risk and vulnerability assessment center. We are busy putting together a vulnerability atlas map. So we want to influence the policies and the decision making that is being made with regard to water scarcity and also food security, and trying to pull all the various departments that are involved in those issues, as well as having some educational programs with most of the rural areas, including the Ngqusha local municipality. So during the process of completing my studies, these are some of the things that we want to go back and say, we want to, this is what we found out about you, and to say to them, we learned so much, and yet there's more out there. Some other case studies that also show some progress in terms of combating the issues of the impact of climate change on food security.